Don't miss Drive-By Truckers, live October 23rd at Rabbit Rabbit.
Ingalls Markets and Eblin Charities are partnering to serve local children with heat, shelter, medication, and food. Purchase a pumpkin icon for $1 at your local Ingalls or text pumpkin to 345-345 to donate $5 or more. Proudly sponsored by iHeartMedia Asheville.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
I'm Doug Brown. 76ers point guard Ben Simmons is out for tonight's home opener against the Nets for personal reasons. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reports Simmons will meet with the team's medical staff to be evaluated. He asked to be traded 4 months ago.
They just can't find the kind of deal that makes sense to trade for Ben Simmons, and they're better off just holding on to him and going through this, which is very uncomfortable for the organization, for the players in the locker room, the fans.
Adrian Wojnarowski on KJ and Max. Simmons told the team today he's not mentally ready to play up to his expectations. That 76ers Nets game tips off our ESPN doubleheader at 7:30 Eastern tonight. It'll be followed by the Suns and Lakers in Los Angeles. In Houston, Game 6 of the American League Championship Series tonight. The Astros lead the Red Sox 3-2. Luis Garcia takes the ball tonight for Houston. Nathan Eovaldi for Boston. Our coverage starts at 7:30 Eastern here on ESPN Radio. It's a travel day in the NLCS. The Dodgers and Braves will play Game 6 tomorrow in Atlanta, with the Braves now leading that series 3-2. Giants running back Saquon Barkley and wideouts Kenny Golladay and Kadarius Toney are all out for Sunday's game against the Panthers.
$1,000. Text the nationwide keyword GRAND to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's GRAND to 200-200.
This is the Sports Tank with Jeremy Greene.
You look at my numbers, I'm balling.
Beer City's best sports talk is on the air. Get involved. Call 252-4348. Tweet the show at SportsTankESPN. The Sports Tank. Come get you some of this.
Can't wait.
It's ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sports Tank with Jeremy Greene is live and on the air in the Ingalls studio. First hour of the program, as always, brought to you by Ingalls. Low prices. Love the savings. It is Friday. We have made it. We've got all the picks lined up for you. We've got Beat the Chief. We're going to talk about Ben Simmons, unfortunately.
I bet we don't.
Yeah, I mean, we may get to it at some point.
If I were a betting man, I would bet we don't.
The NBA 75 list is out. We'll talk about snubs, and Jeremy and I are going to argue and yell at each other over guys that should have been included on the list. It's going to be a whole lot of fun today, and of course, as we do every Friday, we play Beat the Chief. First off, before we get into the Beat the Chief, I just want to take a mini little victory lap on the Cleveland Browns, getting me a win over Jeremy last night.
You're wanting to take a victory lap on that.
Hey, the wins come few and far between, buddy, and I'm taking my victory lap.
That set football back 14 years.
I told you. Case Keenum wasn't going to be too much off of what. We're not on the air. No. Why are we not on the air? All right.
Everything in program, board line.
Let me see. Here, let's try this again. There. All right, welcome into the program. ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sports Tank with Jeremy Greene is live and on the air here in the Ingalls studio. So apparently we were not on the air. If you're watching the stream on YouTube, you heard everything I was saying, but you could not hear anything on the air signal. All right, so
that was not me.
No, that was totally on me.
I make cameras work. That's my only job.
No, that was totally on me. We were doing some button shifting around last night, and that is My fault. So my bad on that one. Welcome everybody into the program here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. Yes, we are live in the Ingles studio. First hour always brought to you by Ingles. Low prices. Love the savings. We got Beat the Chief to get into today. We've got all of your picks for the weekend. Jeremy's Greene on Greene double hit Friday. He has got all his picks highlighted on his little sheet there. He is ready to make you some money, and apparently he's got a parlay that will multiply your deposit by 1,000.
If you risk $10, it will win you $10,437. And there's nothing on it that's that out of the realm of possibility.
No, there's not.
And I'm sure somebody will say, but you haven't hit one of those all year. A, I've come close. B, I only have to hit one for it to be a Merry Christmas for all of us.
Yes, indeed you do. And this is one that I'm tempted, but I'm gonna hold off because we all know the Tank Spencer kiss of death is real.
Yeah, you stay away from this.
Unless
gave you a fake one.
Unless it comes to Thursday night football, and I got my victory last night over Jeremy. Woo. Yeah, Cleveland Browns coming through for me, pulling off the win over the Denver Broncos. We'll talk about the game. Coming up later on in the show, we got the NBA 75 list is out, so Jeremy and I are going to yell at each other about who needs to be included on that list.
Bet we don't.
Oh, really?
You're saying football wrong. Yeah, you did this first time when nobody could hear you. I have never heard anybody pronounce football that way. You keep saying basketball things. Today is a football Friday. I don't care about the NBA's top 75. I could care less. Or Ben Simmons. I'm Ben Simmons doubt.
You're Ben Simmons doubt.
I've had all of Ben Simmons. There's never been a person in life that was worse at hitting a jumper that was better at getting news coverage. I just don't care.
I would say Donald Trump probably, but that's just me.
That's a different realm.
Oh, did I do a politics this time?
Yeah.
We're not supposed to do this.
Yeah, don't do that.
We're not supposed to do the politics. Like we do every Friday, though, we are going to play Beat the Chief with Asheville Police Chief David Zach. He is in the studio with us. Yes, YouTube crowd. We are streaming again on YouTube. Check us out, youtube.com/thesportsocracy. We don't have a camera for David yet, but
we're
going to
getting
get one.
there. We have the slot available. We just have to figure out how to make all three of our heads get on the screen at the same time.
Right. We are going to get one at some point. But anyhow, yes, you can join us on the stream on YouTube, youtube.com/thesportsocracy. It's a great way to interact with the show as well because we've got the feed up on our computers so you can chat in real time with the program just as we do.
This is the closest you will ever be to being able to yell in my face when I say something that makes you angry.
Yeah, just as we do each and every weekday morning at 10 a.m., when we are live in the Wicked Weed studio. All right, Beat the Chief, let's get into it. Beat the Chief, of course, always brought to you by Clarissa Marshall of eXp Realty. You check her out at clarissasellswnc.com. Last week, we lost again, Chief. We lost again, and not only did we lose, we got smoked.
How many? Wow, we didn't have that many different games. About 4?
We had 4. We had 4 different games, and Jeremy went 3-1, and you and I were 1-3. So yeah, even though there were
not
only
exactly smoked.
Yeah,
a loss is a loss.
I mean, that's as close to smoked as you can get without throwing up. Without throwing up a goose egg. That's as close as you can get to getting smoked. But Jeremy has now taken the season lead on us in all of our games that we have differed on. 19-18 for Jeremy. 17-20 for both the Chief and I.
He's only up 2?
Yeah, he's only
I've
up 2.
I've got a 2-game lead, yeah.
He's only up 2. He had to dig out of the cellar.
very poorly.
Yeah, he had to dig out of the cellar from the first couple of weeks, but we are now all tied. We are 6 weeks through the season, and we are all tied. We have all won 2 weeks apiece. So I feel like we're pretty good. We're not too far behind. We can catch up here. This week's slate of games will Beat the Chief, brought to you by Clarissa Marshall of eXp Realty, clarissasellswnc.com. First up, the Baltimore Ravens are at home against the Cincinnati Bengals. And Baltimore is a 6.5-point favorite, and everybody is losing their minds, especially the Bengals fans, about how good their team really is. This is a team that I saw last week smoke the Los Angeles Chargers without a second thought. They absolutely took Justin Herbert and that offense out of the game last week. And I think they're going to do something similar to the Cincinnati Bengals this week. So I will kick off the picks here with I'm taking Baltimore minus the 6.5.
Nobody has stoked the flames more of Bengals fans probably in this country than I have because, well, I just enjoy it.
Yeah, maybe.
But I've come around to them of you are better than I thought you were. However, when you start tempting the betting gods with calling people stupid because your defense is so good, give me Baltimore. They're going to smoke you like a honey ham, and I can't wait for it.
All right, Jeremy and I both on Baltimore minus the 6.5. Chief, what say you?
I think we do have to start taking Cincinnati more seriously.
Yeah, I think so.
And especially with Burrow under center there. So they seem to be coming of age, but I really don't see it this week, although I do think it's going to be maybe closer than Jeremy thinks.
I don't solely because when you and Tank has learned this with his beloved Boston Red Sox, if you tempt the betting gods, they will smite you immediately. And if you check my Twitter mentions right now, there are a lot of Bengals fans. There are a lot of great ones, a lot of fantastic ones. Hey, thanks for giving us a chance. Coming around. Appreciate that. There are others that are, you're so stupid. Okay, watch this.
Yeah.
Hey, watch Lamar Jackson carve you up like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Right.
27-20 Baltimore.
27-20 Baltimore. All right.
Baltimore
76-5 Baltimore.
Oh, that's a little aggressive.
It was also a lie.
31-13. That's what's stuck in my head.
That's because that's what I said when we did
Is that
the
what
video
you said?
Yeah. Well, I like the backwards numbers. Let's go 31-13 Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah. I think I did say something different. I think I said like 34-13 or something like that. But it all comes down to, in the end, Baltimore is just the better team. Yeah.
Better team.
Dare I say they're the far superior team to the Cincinnati Bengals. They will win.
Don't sleep on Cincinnati, though. I don't think we can sleep on them.
No.
Look, Cincinnati's good. They're better than we thought they were.
Yes.
But at the same time, there's been a lot of, we hung with the Packers, and they missed 11 field goals.
Mm-hmm.
Just understand you were given 9 lives, and you still lost.
And they also don't have a defense.
Yeah, and that's what's beginning to frustrate me is, we have a top 5 defense in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
No,
you don't.
You might have a top 12 defense.
Yeah, I mean,
in
you're
the league.
top half of the league.
Yeah.
You're top half of the league in everything. But you won't be in record because your schedule takes a turn for the ugly.
It's more now that I looked at it though, and we can get into this later on. But now that I've looked at that schedule, it doesn't seem as daunting as it used to. There's a lot of Browns, Steelers.
That Browns is what's you're coming to my side on the Browns.
Yeah.
None of those are easy games, though.
No, they're not easy.
They're not easy.
None of them are easy. They're division games, but that division doesn't look as bad as it did at the beginning of the season, in my opinion. The Carolina Panthers, which is a game you'll hear on our sister station, News Radio 570 WWNC, every Carolina Panther game on throughout the season. It'll be a 1 o'clock kickoff, 12 o'clock game time on WWNC on Sunday as the Carolina Panthers go up to New York to take on the Giants. And the Carolina Panthers are a 3-point favorite against the Giants, who have no one playing. Jeremy, would you like to break the ice on this one?
This is one of the easiest picks of the week. Please tell me how this is not going to be a Panthers cover. The Giants have nothing.
No.
They have no receivers. You got Daniel Jones and Devontae Booker. Okay, then.
And Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton. That's the best you got on offense.
Yeah, I'm all Panthers. I don't think this game's ever close. I think this is one of those things that I talk about in gambling a lot, where small market teams don't get the same coverage that a Jets, Giants, whatever the case may be. So a lot of odds makers are looking at this as Carolina's on a 3-game losing streak. The Giants are at home. They need a win at home.
Yep.
Here's the problem. Here's what they're not taking into account. The Giants fan base has already turned on you. This is going to be, I'm not going to say it's a road game because you're going to have more Giants fans in the stadium. It's going to be the equivalent of that.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be booing you out of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Panthers.
Yep. What do you say, Chief?
I think the way you snap a 3-game losing streak is to go to New York and play the Giants.
That's right.
So I think, that's a recipe for success, I would say. So, Panthers all the way on this one.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on this one. Carolina minus the 3 all across the board here because here's the thing. The Giants can't block anybody. And the Panthers have a pretty good pass rush. In fact, it's number 6 in the league.
Yeah,
I think they're going to be on Daniel Jones.
I think Darnold gets well, too. I think we see the good Sam show up.
They'll be on Daniel Jones like me on a ham sandwich.
Not lately. You've been complaining about bread.
Yeah, I had to get a little healthier.
Well, hang on there. I was going to comment on this when I first came in. I've seen something I've never seen in this studio before.
Vegetables?
There are fresh vegetables.
There are.
In the studio. I see wheat thins over in the corner, and
I've got my cucumber slices.
Thought I was in the wrong place for a second.
They're wonderful.
But hey,
I love them so much. You're not supposed to eat on the air,
but something's happening in here.
Yeah, here's the thing. We got Fritos, salt vinegar chips over there.
I didn't look behind me.
I didn't look. Bang over here.
Yeah, you got to look on this side of the table to look for the healthy food.
Yeah, the guy that walked in here couldn't hardly walk about 4 days ago.
Oh, gosh.
Now, me, I am Teflon, so I will continue to consume crap.
Hey, you have one bout with gout, and you'll go, okay, I'm eating healthy for a little while because this is too much. I've been flushing with water, eating vitamins. It's
outstanding.
It's all going
Good
well.
for you.
Yeah, it's all going well. It won't last long. Don't worry. It's still football season.
Sunday, it'll change Sunday.
No, probably not. I'm not going to delve back into the burgers, but chicken wings, they're borderline healthy.
Actually, they're not healthy at all. That's not true.
It's chicken. It's a healthier meat, and that's what I tell my wife when she argues with me. So be on my side on this one, Chief. I need you in my corner.
You got it.
The Green Bay Packers are a 7.5-point favorite against the Washington football team. Chief?
This started out at 9.5, didn't it?
I think so. I think it's come down a little bit.
It's come down a little bit. But, still not enough. I like Green Bay here. I think Green Bay's covered like the last 5. Haven't they since week 1?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I assume they'll cover again this week.
Washington is just a dreadful football team. You can't defend. You can't stop anybody. You're somehow not getting legitimate, consistent pass rush. And who's going to stop Devontae Adams?
Mm-hmm.
This is easy to me. I know a lot of people don't like giving up points, giving up full touchdowns. I don't care. Green Bay, minus 7.5.
Yep. I'm on Green Bay minus the 7.5 as well. I have already said this week on our preview videos, which you can check out on youtube.com/thesportsocracy. We preview each and every game every week in a separate video. I said I think this could be like a Devontae Adams career game, which would be saying something because he's had some pretty big old biggins. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Tennessee Titans. I know we're going to disagree on this one because Jeremy and I are already at odds. The Kansas City Chiefs are a 4.5-point favorite. I'll start since I'm probably going to be the outlier on this one. I'm taking Tennessee plus the 4.5. Here's the thing. I don't see the Kansas City defense being able to keep Derrick Henry at bay. Derrick Henry is just another animal. And, okay, if you're going to stack the box against him, guess what? I'm going to burn your secondary with A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. I don't know that they win this game, but to me, a field goal was too much. You give me more than a field goal in the spread, I'm taking Tennessee plus the 4.5.
Before Chief Zach has to break the tie, I will just roundly say there are times in life that I see Vegas do something and I go, oh, I know exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to get that. Mm-hmm. Exactly what you just did. Oh, Pat Mahomes has been so bad. Chief Zach, I want to play a fun little game with you. In QBR in the NFL, where does Pat Mahomes rank right now? He's been terrible, right? All the interceptions. Oh, he's been so bad. 34 qualifying quarterbacks. Where does he rank?
Is he 2?
He's 2. He's number 2.
Yep.
And you just saw Tennessee beat Buffalo on Monday Night Football, and you're overreacting to it. You do remember this is the same team that got smoked at home by the Arizona Cardinals, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was easy for me. Kansas City.
All right, Chief, which way are you leaning?
Yeah, I kind of agree with what Jeremy's saying. I think a lot of people saw what happened in Buffalo, but let's keep in mind Josh Allen slipped. Mm-hmm. I thought Buffalo was the better team all night, although Henry, he's just unbelievable.
Exactly.
Henry is unbelievable, and hats off to him. But no, I think Kansas City this week, easily.
You think they can cover the 4.5?
Easily.
I think they're going to beat them
senseless
like scrambled eggs. I mean, they're just going to crack it, put it in the bowl, and spin it around.
Tennessee really benefited. Buffalo was uncharacteristically poor in the red zone last week because that game could have got out of hand in the first half and didn't.
Yep.
So Buffalo kept them around. I thought Buffalo was the better team. Hey, but they lost.
They are the better team. Buffalo, no doubt, is the better team.
Yeah, but that game could have easily been a blowout. I don't think Kansas City suffers the same fate in the red zone. That's why I'm going with the Chiefs.
All right, that's our first disagreement of the day. I'm taking the Tennessee Titans plus the 4.5. They are on the Kansas City Chiefs minus the 4.5. Would it be any other team with any other running back, I would fully be on the Kansas City Chiefs just like I have been all year long, but I think there's something special going with those Tennessee Titans. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we will continue Beat the Chief here on ESPN Asheville, brought to you by Clarissa Marshall of eXp Realty. Check her out at ClarissaSellsWNC.com.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Front marching our way for the late week forecast with some cooler numbers coming in top of the weekend. It's been a beautiful day today with above average numbers. We're at 51 degrees for tonight. A couple of sprinkles on weather radar showing up across Tennessee at the state line coming in from the west tonight. This is ahead of a front working in. It comes in tomorrow, partly cloudy, northwest winds, high 63, low 44 tomorrow night. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Connect has small business shipping covered with premium shipping supplies and UPS services. Now buy one, get one free on select shipping supplies. Plus, get 20% off UPS Express shipping services. Offer ends 10/30. Visit staplesconnect.com/shipping for details. Staples Connect.
Friday, October 29th. Don't miss Columbia, Nashville recording artist Cameron Marlowe, home of Silverado's outdoor stage. Tickets at silveradoswnc.com. North Carolina native Cameron Marlowe, live in Black Mountain at Silverado's. Get your tickets today at silveradoswnc.com. Don't miss Cameron Marlowe, Friday, October 29th.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with little tips for a healthier planet. 30 to 40% of food goes uneaten in the U.S., and the average American family of 4 loses $1,500 to uneaten food each year. Shop smarter and save money and emissions by making a grocery list, controlling meal portions, eating leftovers, and composting. When we all chip in, our world becomes a better place. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
Meanwhile, at the home of SiriusXM, Kevin Hart learned you don't need a car to listen to SiriusXM.
What?
You don't need a car to enjoy SiriusXM.
What?
BB Rexa, help me out.
You know you can stream outside of the car, right?
What?
Wait, what are we even whatting about?
I gotta go record my show.
Well, we tried. Everything you want to hear lives here on SiriusXM. No call required. Listen on the app.
What?
Cheerwine is Southern cherry goodness. Try an ice cold Cheerwine today.
Ingalls Markets and Evelyn Charities are partnering to serve local children with heat, shelter, medication, and food. Purchase a pumpkin icon for $1 at your local Ingalls or text pumpkin to 345-345 to donate $5 or more. Proudly sponsored by iHeartMedia Asheville.
Did you know that United Healthcare helps connect you to doctors and therapists with 24/7 access to virtual care?
So I could have therapy from my couch?
Yep.
Or a doctor appointment from my car?
If you wanted to.
Wait, you're right. I don't even like when people see me sing in the car. Couch appointment it is. Virtual visits are just one of the ways United Healthcare helps connect you to better health. Learn more at uhc.com. Plan benefits may vary.
Pernicious, adjective, having a harmful effect, especially in a gradual or subtle way. Now, Wicked Weed's flagship IPA, winner of a silver medal at the U.S. Open Beer Championships, isn't harmful unless you're a competing IPA. Brewed in the mountains of western North Carolina, Pernicious IPA will destroy your expectations for all others in its class. Pernicious IPA inspires you to enjoy fresh and often. Order up at wickedweedbrewing.com. Wicked Weed Brewing, the official craft beer of Furman Athletics. Drink different, drink responsibly.
I believe real estate isn't about properties. It's about people. I am Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, serving all of Western North Carolina. Navigating the home buying and selling journey can feel overwhelming at times, and that's why having an agent who cares about you and your needs is key. I'm a native of Western North Carolina, and I close over a home a week. I'm an expert in the market, pricing my sellers correctly to net you the most money, and working as a skilled negotiator for my buyers. Please give me a call today at 828-774-6343 to set up a complimentary market analysis.
Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We're playing Beat the Chief with Asheville Police Chief David Zach. No, you cannot see him on the YouTube stream just yet. We are working on setting up a different camera in here so we can get the Chief's lovely, beautiful face on the camera here.
They'll be fine.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine without it. You know, he's so modest. So modest. Beat the Chief right here, brought to you by Clarissa Marshall of eXp Realty. Clarissa sells WNC.com is the website. Check her out whether you're buying or selling a home. She should be your gal to get it done for you. We've had one disagreement so far. I'm taking the Tennessee Titans plus the number against these two guys who are taking the Kansas City Chiefs to cover in that game. We've got a battle down in Miami between two of the bottom feeders in the NFL. The Atlanta Falcons coming in to take on the Dolphins, who just had the worst loss of the season. Hey, and look, this is becoming a thing for Miami. They're racking up worst losses of the season over and over again. It appears they lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars in London last week, and how do they get rewarded for it? Oh, guess what? You don't even get a week off after your London game. You get to come home and take on the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons are actually 2.5-point favorites, and I get it. And I'm taking it. Atlanta minus the 2.5. Miami is god-awful.
They got to be the biggest. I don't know. Are they the biggest disappointment in the league this year? Miami?
Yeah.
They're pretty close.
Yeah, I would say they are. I think
there were definitely much higher expectations there than what we've seen. So.
Right. I would say it's got to be, Miami is a big disappointment. The Washington football team is the other one.
Yeah. But they lost Fitz.
Yeah, I didn't really care about that.
It matters,
defense.
But
I think
the defense has been the big.
Fitz gets you to 500,
right?
You know, and then if you play good defensively, you're in the mix,
right?
You know, I don't know.
I think the Washington football defense is probably the biggest disappointment of the season.
In Atlanta, they seem to they play good against bad teams and bad against good teams. So
yep.
Just how bad do I really think Miami is?
Exactly.
Not bad enough. I'll take the Dolphins in the points.
All right, and he's taking Dolphins plus the 2.5.
That's a good pick, Chief. See, Tank is doing that thing where you overreact to the last thing you just saw.
Mm-hmm.
What do I say in this segment regularly? You don't give points to bad teams on the road. Miami Dolphins. They're going to win this game, and I don't really think it's going to be all that close.
Why? What have you seen in Miami that makes you believe that they're going to be able to put something on the field?
Can Atlanta stop a nosebleed? If you gave them 19 hotel towels, could they stop a nosebleed?
No, but Miami can't either.
There's more talent in Miami than there is Atlanta.
Oh, sure.
And now you're coming back home. You're having to listen to all this.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I was right on Miami last week. I have a funny feeling I'm going to be right on Miami this week.
You're a dog in your own house, chip on your shoulder.
Miami plus the 2.5. I'll take them in the money line.
That sounds very narrative-y coming from the not a narrative guy. Just going to throw that out there.
Here's the narrative. Atlanta is bad at football. There's a narrative for you.
All right, the New England Patriots and the New York Jets get it going here. And
do I have to pick this one first because it's my team?
Yeah, you got to pick it first.
That's fine. It's real easy. P-A-T-S, Pats. They're going to beat the brains out of us. I don't care that we just came off a bye week.
Right.
They just got gutted and lost to the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have to come to Foxborough, the team Billy Boy hates more than anybody in the NFL. This is easy.
Yep.
New England.
Everything out there says New England's going to win this game. They have won. If they win this game, it will be 6 years in a row that they have swept the season series with the New York Jets. The Jets aren't going to win this game, but I'm pulling for them to keep it close. I'm taking the Jets plus the 7.
I'm pulling for them. Don't get that confused. I'm pulling for us to win this game.
We know
We're
that.
just not gonna.
It was 25-6 in week 2?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you saw there that made you go, hey, you know what I like?
Yeah.
Let's take this to their house,
growth.
and I'll bet you it gets better.
It's all of the growth that I have seen from Zach Wilson. He hasn't thrown 4 picks in a game since, has he? No, he hasn't, and you can't refute that. Chief, what do you say?
I am not swayed by that argument. Not in the least.
You shouldn't be.
Not in the least. That argument did not sway me at all. No, I'll take New England here.
Literally, when we did the game preview for that, he went, yeah, here's my dumb bet of the week. Jets.
Pretty much.
Look, I am one of the biggest Jet fans on earth. I cannot figure what my money would have to do for me to hate it so much that I would bet it on the New York Jets.
I would
You've taken the Jets a couple times this year.
Yeah, how'd that work out for me? And so far,
don't say you wouldn't do it, is
me?
all I'm saying.
I hit one time on Tennessee who had nobody.
Right.
Yeah, if you tell me the New England plane gets lost and they have to play 53 fans, now we'll talk.
No, this is actually one of those that I made up my mind before I even put any thought into it. I went, yeah, I'm going to take the Jets plus the 7 because nobody else is going to do that. And then I went searching. I went digging, looking for some stat that would justify my picking of the New York Jets. And you know what I found?
Nothing.
Bupkis. Absolutely nothing. Nothing, but I'm still sticking with my guns on
Very
this one.
bold. Very bold.
It's bold. It's bold, it's spicy, and I can't wait for last place next week. If you're just joining us, we are playing Beat the Chief with Asheville Police Chief David Zach, as we do every Friday here on ESPN. Asheville in the Sports Tank with Jeremy Greene, and is brought to you by Clarissa Marshall of eXp Realty. Check her out at clarissasellswnc.com. The LA Rams are... Do we use the number from today or the number from yesterday?
We can use the number from Sunday.
It doesn't matter
what this number is.
It doesn't matter. Yesterday when we did the individual game-by-game recaps, which you can check out on YouTube, youtube.com/thesportsocracy. Hit that subscribe button as well and like all the videos. Thank you very much. The LA Rams were 15.5-point favorites against the Detroit Lions. It's now gone to 16, and I don't care. It could be 28. And I would still take the LA Rams.
You know, there is something to be said for taking points. There is also something to be said for, I think the Lions could play with 15 players, and the Rams would still cover this. Detroit is bad.
Yes.
They play hard, and they're scrappy, and all those little buzzwords you want to use. This is going to be ugly.
Right.
And it was cute that Sean McVay... I feel bad about how we dealt with Jared Goff. And you know what he did as soon as he walked off that podium? I'm going to feel even worse after we destroy him on Sunday.
LA minus the 16. Chief, are you with us?
I am definitely with you guys on this one. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you'd have to be, I think you'd have to be off your rocker on that one. Look, but I said the same thing about the Baltimore game. However, this ain't Baltimore.
It's a lot of
This
points.
is the LA Rams, and there is a lot of emotion wrapped up into this game. And if you don't think Matthew Stafford wants to come out and put a statement up against the team that he wasted, 14 years of his NFL career with, you got another thing coming.
Not quite that long.
No, it was.
Isn't it more of a
bunch.
revenge game for Goff, though?
It was a bunch.
Don't you think it's more a revenge game for Goff, though?
I would absolutely say so.
I mean, sure, it is, but I mean,
I don't think Stafford's motivated.
But
by
that's
that.
that's like the woolly worm outside trying to get revenge on me for throwing him in the bushes. Like, he worked so hard to cross the parking lot, and I just picked him up and threw him right back where he came from.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
He was trying to
mean.
keep him from meeting the same fate that one of his friends met.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was standing right in front of a door of a very busy radio station.
There was a woolly worm squashed in front of the door the other day, and I felt bad for it. I love woolly worms, and I just couldn't see that happen to the same guy. So, or to his cousin, whatever. The Las Vegas Raiders are 3-point favorites at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. reading some of the prognostications and the predictions from other talking heads and writers around the country about this game was some of the most baffling things I had ever heard. One of them actually said, Philadelphia travels pretty well, and them being in Vegas for this one, this could definitely turn into a home game for the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard out loud. Let me ask you a question. You remember what I said about how bad would you have to hate your money to bet the New York Jets?
Yeah.
How bad would you have to hate your money to go, you know what I'm going to do with my weekend? I'm going to hop on a plane in Philadelphia, and I'm going to fly to Las Vegas to see whatever this is on the field in Vegas.
Yeah.
This is not close to me.
Mm-mm. It's not close to me either. I'm taking Vegas minus the 3 easily. Jalen Hurts is not a good quarterback, and if anything has shown is, look, they kept it close, or it looked close with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week, and they actually did cover, or, won against the spread against the Bucs last week, but that game was never close. And now you're going up against a Las Vegas team who just got an emotional win last week for their new coach, Rich Bisaccia. You think they're going to let Jalen Hurts come in here and put a damper on this mood? No.
And this is not a letdown game. This is a chip on our shoulder for the rest of the season game. Nobody believes us. Oh, we beat the Broncos, and now everybody thinks the Broncos are terrible just because we beat them and they lost to the Browns without Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Nobody believes. Literally, I could write this speech on air live without thinking about it. Raiders, not close. I don't know what number is on the prop for Darren Waller this week. It ain't high enough. Take more. All the more. I could see him having 150 yards in this game because I don't know how you're going to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
Raiders.
All right, Chief.
Jalen Hurts is the quarterback of the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
And that's great analysis.
And analysis over.
Exactly. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers out for revenge against the Chicago Bears this week. I say revenge because not a lot of people remember that they actually lost to the Chicago Bears in primetime last year. And if you don't think Tom Brady and company remember that, you got another thing coming. Tampa Bay's a 13-point favorite at home against the Chicago Bears and Justin Fields. What do you think, Jeremy?
Hey, you know how you repair we don't have any players in our secondary, and okay, let's get a quarterback that can't throw. That's a really great way to fix that. I mean, that is.
I almost spit on my monitor.
That's
a great way. That's a great answer. Yeah.
I mean, that is the comparison of, hey, I've gained a lot of weight. Cool. Now you have to live in the produce department at your local Ingles. Well, that'll fix that problem. Now, won't it?
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, easy.
Tampa Bay minus the 13.
Yeah, I think Chicago's got one of the worst offenses in the NFL.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah. Tampa Bay doesn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, you could have used the same.
Cover.
Yeah, you could have used the same analysis on this one that you did the last one. Oh, Justin Fields is the quarterback? Done. Tampa Bay minus the 13 across the board. All right, and then we've got a couple of big. This is the third big line of the week because we just have 3 teams that are in smash spots between the Rams against the Lions and the Bucs against the Bears, and now we got the Arizona Cardinals against the Houston Texans, and it is 17.5 points. And frankly, I don't think it's enough.
I'm taking it.
You're taking the points?
I'm taking the points.
Oh, he's going for 2.
They know who we made.
He's going for 2. This would be the second game you picked up with
That's
a
too
huge
many.
line
One of
against
these
the Texans.
teams has got to win with the way these lines are. One of them's there's got to be an upset in there somewhere. I'll take the one with the most points. 17.5 is a lot. It's still the NFL.
Here would be my number one question. Did you read The Tortoise and the Hare last night? Because that is the only way I could physically see taking the Houston Texans to cover this number. After watching Arizona last week, they're just so creative. And this is a mixture of things. The reason this number is so high is because Houston plays defense the exact way that Arizona would want you to. Oh, you've got 2 safeties deep? Phenomenal. We have 4 wide receivers that with the ball in their hand are going to make your guys miss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're one-on-one with Rondale Moore. Watch this. Or DeAndre Hopkins, or Christian Kirk, or Chase Edmonds, or A.J. I could keep doing this. I don't think this is one of those games you may walk away from and go, how are the Houston Texans still in the NFL?
Mm-hmm.
Like, can we just relegate them like they do soccer teams?
Yeah, next week we'll have people calling in to talk about how Georgia would beat the Houston Texans.
Yeah, that's a stupid argument. But man, I'd love to see it one time. I would love to see the Houston Texans just lace up with the Alabama Crimson Tide and beat them by 50.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Arizona. I don't care how high this number is. I know it's a lot of points. I know they're not going to pour it on. This is going to be one of those times like when you play basketball with a small child, and maybe this is because I'm 6'5". Sometimes I score when I didn't mean to. Like, I just throw it up there and hope, it'll bounce off. Oh, I made it. I didn't mean to make it.
Or will they not? Or the other side of this, will they not pour it on? I mean, DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins is going to do everything in his power to get in the end zone as many times as humanly possible.
Mm-hmm. There's the revenge game narrative for DeAndre Hopkins
they just
and
have
for J.J.
very
Watt.
little to do. I mean, they could score 10 points and it's enough.
You're not wrong, but I think they also keep hearing all of this talk about, sure, the Arizona Cardinals are 6-0, but we're not number one in your power rankings this week.
I'm not the only one either.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I'm telling you, Arizona has a disrespected narrative better than about any good team I've ever seen.
But I don't think beating Houston does anything.
No, and it doesn't. It doesn't. But here's the thing.
I don't know, but
they could score 10 points and cover this. Yeah, if you can hold them to 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I think you could give them all baseball bats, and I don't know that they can do that.
But if you put up a 45-0 spread on them, like the Buffalo Bills did to was it Miami that y'all beat that bad?
35-0.
35-0. Yeah, I mean, you get one of those on your under your belt, and you can go, look, we're just as good as Buffalo.
You know who did that to Houston? Buffalo.
Uh-huh.
I took the Bills.
I'm taking Arizona.
San Francisco 49ers and the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday Night Football this week. I mean, revenge game? DeForest Buckner? Actually, DeForest Buckner's been running his mouth this week, and I'm all here for it. Talking about how he was disrespected by the San Francisco 49ers. So, that may not mean a lot to the overall outcome of the game, but just look for him to have a bee in his bonnet this week as he takes on his former team. But San Francisco is a 4-point favorite against the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday Night Football. Jeremy, you want to break the ice?
Sure. San Francisco 49ers. We're overvaluing this Indianapolis Colts team. Well, they played really close with the Baltimore Ravens. Did they win? No. You just boat raced the Houston Texans. Cool. You were up by 1 possession at halftime. You know why? Because you refused to give the ball to Jonathan Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what happens if you do that against this team? They will beat you brainless. Now, you don't have Paris Campbell. T.Y. Hilton is a walking injury waiting to happen. And if you tell me this winds up as Carson Wentz and Michael Pittman having to go up against this defense, I'll take San Francisco every time. I don't care who plays quarterback. San Francisco minus the 4.
All right. I don't know that I don't know that these two teams are equals per se. What do you think, Chief?
They're not equals. I mean, San Francisco's the better team. I kind of got blown away by what Wentz did 2 weeks ago, and I don't want to fall into that trap of he's the real deal and he's the savior in Indianapolis. So I'm more convinced that that was an aberration as opposed to what the rest of the season will unfold as. So I'll go with the favorite on this one.
Okay, going with the favorite. I'm not. I'm going with the underdog again. Indianapolis plus the 4. I think they win this game outright. I don't believe in the San Francisco offense, and I think Indianapolis is just as good on defense.
Wait a minute. Does that mean you're going
underdog? I'm going underdog. Speed of lightning, roar of thunder. Carson Wentz will save the Indianapolis Colts season.
See, that's what it looks like when he does it. 1 hour from now on YouTube, you'll get to see what it looks like when I do it.
I'm taking Indianapolis plus the 4, so that is yet another game that we are splitting on this week. On Monday Night Football, we got the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. Still without Russell Wilson. You got Jameis Winston quarterbacking the New Orleans Saints. Chief, This is our last game. We'll let you break the ice on this one.
Geno Smith was surprisingly almost competent.
Surprisingly almost competent. I've never heard those words strung together like that.
By the way, that's the nicest thing that's ever been said about Geno Smith on ESPN Radio.
Until actually Geno Smith showed up and fumbled the ball at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm. That's what he does.
I watched Geno Smith play.
Yeah, West Virginia and the Jets. I've seen a lot of Geno.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was the toughest one all week, actually. This is, but I think I'm just going to go with Seattle here. I just feel better about that.
I thought I was going to pick up a game here. I didn't think there was any way anybody was going Seattle. I'm with him. I'm taking Seattle. I do not buy New Orleans, just solely because that offense is so it's just hard to compartmentalize.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many things working against them. This is in Seattle. I got news for you. If you don't think Seattle fans still believe in their team, check our YouTube streams for Seattle Seahawks football, because I get called a moron often, and the 12s will be there spinning their little towels. I'm taking Seattle at home.
No.
I'm not taking a team that's this close. I'm going to level with you. I don't think Jameis Winston's that much better of a quarterback right now than Geno Smith is. I think he has a much better arm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's that much better of a quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do want to revert your attention back to week 1 when I just spanked y'all. This is going to be the exact opposite week, because I have gone opposite of you guys too many times this week, which is good sign for you, bad sign for me. I'm going against you again. I'm taking New Orleans minus the 4.5. I hate Seattle. I hate them with a passion. With Russell Wilson, I love this team. And your defense still sucks, but I love your offense. With Geno Smith, you have just taken DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and turned them into irrelevant pieces.
I really thought he was about to gloat on us.
I would not say irrelevant.
I swear to you, I thought he was about to gloat on us.
No.
He was about to go full-on Nebraska football fan. Do you know how many Nebraska football fans it takes to change a light bulb?
I do not.
It's 5. 1 to actually change it, 1 to hold the ladder, and 3 to talk about how great the old light bulb was.
No, in week 1, we differed on a lot of games, and I went 6-2. I don't know that I got another one of those in me, but I think I'm either going to have to pull one of those weeks, or it is going to be another 1-5, 1-3. You guys set me up for failure on this one, and I don't appreciate it.
This is one you might get back on us. I don't like taking bad quarterbacks on the road when you're giving up this many points. I just don't. Look, Seattle's not good. The defense is not good. Geno Smith's not good. You're missing Chris Carson. There's not a lot to love here. I have a weird feeling, as angry as Tyler Lockett was last week, they're going to find a way to get him the ball. And I don't think this is a really high-scoring game either.
No, that's why the points are there.
No.
I could see this being like 20-17.
Yeah, which stinks for me because the spread is 4.5. I need a touchdown to win. All right, we've differed on 6 games. I am the outlier on 5 games, so this is it's probably going to be a gross week. Anyhow, Beat the Chief, welcome. I appreciate you joining us once again here, Chief Zach of the Asheville Police Department.
I love coming in, guys.
Yep, and we will we'll see you over at the social on Sunday to watch some football games.
I believe that's the plan moving forward here.
We
you
shall
bring the
see.
cucumbers, I'll bring the wings.
Right.
Does that mean I'm supposed to bring the beer? Is that just am I like the all-time quarterback now? I'm just the guy that brings the beer.
I think everybody's got to stay in their lane.
The big leprechaun. Yeah. That guy knows where the beer is. Follow him.
Right, exactly. Coming up next, we will have your first of 2 Green on Greens for this Football Friday here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. Again, thank you, Chief Zach from the Asheville Police Department, joining us on this Friday to play Beat the Chief, brought to you by Clarissa Marshall of EXP Realty. Clarissa sells WBNC.com.
The season we've all been waiting for is here.
No, not that one. The season of the Big Orange Tent is underway in Western North Carolina. The area's largest selection of Halloween costumes, decorations, and accessories is at the Big Orange Tent at the Asheville Mall. Halloween Express is your one-stop shop for adult and child costumes, superheroes, horror icons, inflatable suits. You can find it all under the Big Orange Tent at the Asheville Mall. 10 to 8 Monday through Saturday, 12 to 6 on Sundays.
Western North Carolina's newest half marathon takes place during the most beautiful time of the year. The inaugural Geyser Growl Half Marathon debuts on Saturday, October 23rd, and takes runners on a scenic trip from Black Mountain to Old Fort. The entire course is on lightly traveled roads and goes past the famous Andrews Geyser before finishing at Hillman Beer in Old Fort. Commemorative finisher medals, Hillman Beer, and soup await the finishers. Get more information and get signed up now at gloryhoundevents.com. That's gloryhoundevents.com.
There's a hot new podcast we think you'll like. Variety's Strictly Business. Hear candid conversations about business deals, strategy, and the future of media and entertainment from industry A-listers. Hosted by Variety business editor Cynthia Littleton and co-editor-in-chief Andrew Wallenstein. And once a month, executive editor of music Shirley Halperin will join the conversation to discuss the business of music. Listen to Strictly Business on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.
Tired of living with awful joint pain? If you've been to an orthopedic surgeon, you know the drill. Pain meds, steroids, physical therapy, right? When those Band-Aids don't work, you know what's next. Surgery. Major surgery. Don't do it. Not until you've checked out QC Kinetics. Get a second opinion. Learn about natural biological treatments, restorative, regenerative alternatives that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, back, and hips, other joints as well. QC Kinetics uses natural biologics from your own body and concentrates them in the precise damaged area for lasting relief. And it's an office treatment with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. Don't go under the knife if you don't have to. Call QC Kinetics and get a second opinion now. You have nothing to lose. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics, 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517. Non-surgical regenerative options are here. Call 828-333-9517.
Panera believes in saying yes. Yes to clean, fresh ingredients. Yes to the new chicken sausage and pepperoni flatbread topped with rich mozzarella. Yes to delicious mac and cheese. Yes to putting it on a sandwich, creating the grilled mac and cheese sandwich. And yes to impromptu road trips to Sandwich, Illinois. Because that's living life to the flavor fullest. Get $1 delivery when you order on our app. Panera. Live your yes. Pricing and product availability may vary. Visit PaneraBread.com.
Your goals, your future, your dreams. These things are none of our business. Your symptoms, your work from home sweatpants, and whatever you were searching for at 1:15 a.m. That's really none of our business. Because your life is private. And unlike other tech companies, we think your internet should be too. Oh, who's that from? That's none of our business either. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Rogue Combat Club, Asheville's home for comprehensive martial arts training, has a goal for our community, one that's stronger, more fit, and unwavers in its support of one another. Rogue Combat Club's instructors have competed at the highest levels and offer classes for everyone from young children to adults in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and wrestling. Rogue Combat Club classes can help you boost your self-confidence and self-defense skills while weeding out the egos and intimidation found at other gyms. Join today at roguecombatclub.com.
Coffee's the closers on. Get them the money. Then when you get the money, you get the power. That watch costs more than your car. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
Well, you know, last week in college football did not necessarily go my way. It went something like,
"What the heck are you guys doing? Trying to ruin my life and make me look like a friggin' idiot?"
that was last week in a nutshell. But this week,
I'm your huckleberry.
I got a bunch of favorites. I just audibled one, so I have one less favorite, one more underdog. First favorite, I got Virginia. They're a 6.5-point favorite tomorrow, taking on Georgia Tech at home. Virginia has one of the best quarterbacks in this conference, and Georgia Tech, if you take away the North Carolina game, that team's not good. They still lost to Northern Illinois. So now you think they're going to go on the road, beat a markedly better. How exactly is that supposed to happen? Wahoo-wah, I'm taking Virginia. The NC State Wolfpack is a 3.5-point favorite at Miami. Miami is a disaster. I have a lot of friends in that market, and I am telling you, there is not a hotter seat left now that Go Tigers has been fired than Manny Diaz. NC State is going to come in there, and they might end the Manny Diaz era. They are going to punch Miami in the mouth. Give me the NC State Wolfpack plus or minus 3.5. I got a lot of things going on right now.
Spinning.
BYU is a 4-point favorite at Washington State. Washington State doesn't have a coach. They got the emotional win last week. I was 1 week early on when to throw dirt on the Cougars. This is the week. The coach has been fired. Things are going less than ideally out there, and BYU's just a markedly better team. Give me BYU minus the 4. Texas Tech is a pick'em against Kansas State. I'm the biggest Kansas State homer on earth, and even I think that's stupid. Give me Texas Tech in the pick'em. Ole Miss is an 8.5-point favorite against Go Tigers. You know what I love more than a bad team coming in to play a good team?
What's that?
A bad team that just fired their coach that's still hanging around and doing weird things coming in to play that same good team. I'm taking Ole Miss minus the 8.5. Finally, my favorite of the week, Notre Dame, is a 7-point favorite at home against USC. I do not know what it is people are seeing in USC. Keaton Slovis is bad. This coaching staff is bad. USC is bad. And Notre Dame's defense, they're not bad. Kyle Hamilton is going to have a day. Notre Dame is going to destroy USC. Give me the Irish minus 7.
Go and do likewise, gents. The money's out there. You pick it up, it's yours. You don't, I got no sympathy for you.
All right, I'm going to need you to regroup a little bit. I'm going to need you to breathe.
I will tell you this. You add having to put graphics on that at the same time.
Right.
That's a lot of moving pieces. Plus, I didn't realize that the microphone that I'm talking into is covering my screen.
Oh,
so
yeah.
every time I went to find a pick, I had to go, whoop.
That is not
That makes
a problem.
that exponentially harder than it was before.
You should probably put it on this screen over here next time.
Well, thank you for that. That's
I mean, that's what I'm here for. I'm just here for ideas. I'm here to help you out.
You got ideas all over the place. If you like my picks, if you think I'm completely off my rocker, you can take those to betus.com. Use our promo code SPORTSocracy. They'll give you a 125% deposit match on your initial deposit. What that means is they will give you $125 for every $100 that you put down in free play tokens, which you can use on any game that I give this week. Or you can go against me. Take your bet slips, screenshot them, send them to me, tell me, thank you for making me money, or tell me I'm an idiot and that you went the other way and made money against me. Go to betus.com. Use promo code SPORTSocracy. Okay, I need a nap now.
We got Sports Center update coming up in just a few. Next hour, we will be talking more football, of course, and I'll try to slip some basketball and baseball in there. But Jeremy's just, I mean, he's really tough to work with.
I'll bet you don't. I'll bet you don't get it in here.
Oh, come on. We got baseball tonight. The Atlanta Braves and the Los Angeles Dodgers.
I'm actually going to a wrestling event tonight.
You're going to a wrestling event?
I am. I'm not really
Where
going
are they wrestling?
The Social in East Asheville.
Oh.
There is a wrestling event I know nothing about it.
Okay. I was going to say, I know AEW is not in town because my buddy Eric Sexton posted some pictures on his Facebook page. He's on the cruise right now with Jericho and all the AEW people.
Yeah, do me a favor, send him a text and ask how many times he sees Fozzy while he's out there, because I'll bet you it's more than one.
Oh, he's already posted pictures. They performed last night to open up the festivities. But so you got Little People Wrestling tonight over at the Social.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. It's micro wrestling.
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was like some local. I did not know that. There's a birthday party there
yeah,
it's one of my best friend's birthdays. So, in spite of the fact it's been a rough week between sour cream, microwaves, bad things.
Right.
I have to make an appearance.
And no, we don't have Braves baseball tonight. We got Braves baseball tomorrow. That's when the series will pick up. They're moving back to Atlanta. The Boston Red Sox and the Houston Astros in Houston tonight. That game at 8:08. Sports Center is coming up next.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Front marching our way for the late week forecast with some cooler numbers coming in top of the weekend. It's been a beautiful day today with above average numbers. We're at 51 degrees for tonight. A couple of sprinkles on weather radar showing up across Tennessee at the state line coming in from the west tonight. This is ahead of a front working in. It comes in tomorrow, partly cloudy, northwest winds, high 63, low 44 tomorrow night. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
The Cantina Crispy Melt Taco from Taco Bell has a premium shell made from white corn and a hidden layer of real mozzarella, pepper jack, and cheddar cheeses. And now you're craving one, because when you need a taco, you need a taco. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only.
This report is sponsored by Circle K. Sip and save at Circle K with their new drink subscription. Enjoy one coffee or fountain drink every day for only $5.99 a month. Sign up in-store. Circle K. Take it easy.
Hey guys, I'm Ziggy, your local Philly girl, owner of Ziggy's Bakery and Deli. I've created a traditional northern deli with only the most authentic cheesesteaks outside of Philadelphia, served with provolone, white American, or Cheese Whiz. Our other classic deli sandwiches are made with the best quality meats and cheeses, available sliced by the pound. Join us for breakfast for house-made bagels with our custom cream cheeses. Or for something heartier, try a pork roll, egg and cheese, or house-cured lox. Ziggy's Bakery and Deli, in the corner of Asheville Commons, 1550 Hendersonville Road, open 8 to 3, Tuesday through Saturday.
Cheerwine? That's Southern for delicious. Cheerwine, uniquely Southern.
Hi, I'm Chad Greenway. After retiring from the NFL, I've embraced my new role coaching my kids in their youth sports. Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to train, screen, and educate all of our basketball coaches. Visit trustedcoaches.org to learn more. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
I'm Doug Brown. Officially, Ben Simmons of the 76ers will miss tonight's home opener against the Nets for personal reasons. But this is all personal now for Simmons, who told the team today he's not mentally prepared to play. ESPN's Tim Bontemps says this standoff probably won't end anytime soon.
I think what's more likely here is that this lasts another 4 months, and that sometime between now and the trade deadline in early February, the Sixers come up with a deal that makes sense for them to move on from Ben, and they do.
Tim Bontemps here on Canty and Golick Jr. Nets and 76ers on ESPN tonight at 7:30 Eastern, followed by the Lakers and Suns. Titans offensive lineman Taylor Lewan is out for Sunday's game against the Chiefs, still in concussion protocol. Buccaneers wideout Antonio Brown out for Sunday's game against the Bears with an ankle injury. Tight end Rob Gronkowski also out again with a rib injury. Game 6 in the ALCS in Houston. The Astros leading the Red Sox 3-2. They can wrap it up tonight at home. Our coverage at 7:30 Eastern, ESPN Radio.
Sign up with DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL, and use code CJR to get a free shot at millions of dollars in prizes up for grabs this week with your first deposit. Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword GREENE to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's GREENE to 200-200.
This is the Sports Tank with Jeremy Greene.
You look at my numbers, I'm balling.
Beer City's best sports talk is on the air. Get involved. Call 252-4348. Tweet the show at Sports Tank ESPN. The Sports Tank. Come get you some of this.
Can't wait.
It's ESPN Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sports Tank with Jeremy Greene in the Ingalls studio, as always, and second hour brought to you by Wicked Weed Brewing. Check them out at wickedweedbrewing.com. Wicked Weed Brewing. Drink different. Yes, it's going to be an interesting weekend. Interesting weekend in college football. We talked about this yesterday. It's not the greatest of weekends for matchups in college football.
It's bad. But you know what a bad weekend does?
What's that?
It gives you every underdog you could ever want. I had to cull underdogs for the first time.
Oh, you had so many that you had to...
so many that I had to get rid of a couple.
Just pare them down. Okay.
Which is why you should hang out till the end of the show to hear my Moneyline Parlay. It's not even a Moneyline Parlay. It's got all kinds of things in it that will take $10 and turn it into $10,000 if I'm right. Have I hit one yet this year? No. But I only have to hit one to make the whole year worth it.
That's right. The Green on Green coming up at the end of this hour. And last night on Thursday Night Football. I tried to tell you. You were giving too much credence into the backup quarterback coming in for the Cleveland Browns.
No, that's disingenuous because I gave no credit to that whatsoever.
Oh, I know.
That's what I'm saying. I gave credit to Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt not playing because I thought Denver had a real-life defense, and they don't.
And they don't?
Whew.
It's just
that
the game
just
plan.
A lot of bad tackling.
It's just a great game plan by Kevin Stefanski. Knowing Dearness Johnson is sitting back there just, hey, he could be our starter. But it's only because we have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt that he doesn't come out like that. 146 yards rushing last night for Dearness Johnson as the Cleveland Browns held serve at home 17-14 against the Denver Broncos, giving me my first win of the week, picking against Mr. Jeremy Greene. There's not a lot to pull away from last night's game other than, yes, the Denver Broncos are not good. And the Cleveland Browns, they can survive without Baker Mayfield. Watching Case Keenum out there, I thought, you know what? Maybe this shoulder injury just needs to go ahead and get settled. I think that's the path forward for the Cleveland Browns.
Well, I mean,
they just need to
I posted this on Twitter last night. Baker Mayfield watched Case Keenum last night, just watching his football life flash before his eyes.
It wasn't that good.
No, but you know what it looked exactly like?
What?
If you closed your eyes and you didn't think, you went, oh, this is exactly what Cleveland's offense usually looks like. You have a below average height, below average arm talent quarterback that, given the amount of time that line gives him, can look competent at times.
Okay.
I guarantee you Baker Mayfield was sitting on the sideline yesterday doing the NFL equivalent of the cinematic movie,
right,
where the truck's coming right at you and you see the birth of your children and all the happy moments in your life right before you get blow. But he's there going, guys, if he had been really bad, that would have really, given some credence to me.
Did you hear Joe Buck throw shots at him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was great.
I love Joe Buck sometimes.
Yeah, I do too. That was one of the things that Joe Buck ever said that I went, oh, you're now my friend. As he was saying, oh, look at Baker Mayfield. He's out there working harder on the sidelines than he does in a game. Yikes. I don't think he meant it that way. I'm pretty sure he didn't mean it that way, but it was great.
In my head, he did. Because that's how I would commentate games. No player would ever talk to me because I would just be throwing shade all over the place.
Oh, no, because when Teddy Bridgewater threw that interception in the end zone and Troy Aikman went, you got to be honest, this is not a good throw. It's like, no, if that was Jeremy Greene, he would have said something very, very salacious that I can't say.
Yeah, I would have sounded like Jim Ross, like, that man's got a family! It would be bad. Please, somebody, somewhere, God, please give me the opportunity to call a game. I don't care what game it is.
Nobody's going to do that.
It can be a D3 college football game. I just think it would be a load of fun.
Now, we might do that. We might put you on a D3 game you can call like the Mount Olive game on ESPN Double Plus.
ESPN 8.
No, it's the Double Plus. You have to be a super subscriber
right
to get
in
the
between
Double Plus.
Squirrel skiing and cornhole.
It's the Cornhole Championships get more eyeballs than the Mount Olive D3 championship game, yes.
That's fine. I'll commentate things like that, too. I don't care.
Oh, so what you're saying is you'll be the Mike Golick Jr. of ESPN Asheville?
I love
You'll
Mike
just
Golick
do
Jr.
anything?
I love basically anyone named Golick.
I know, but and I do too. I'm just saying he's very Joe Bucky, as in he will take any job, anywhere, anytime, as long as he's getting some screen time. He's on it. He was doing. What was he doing the other night?
You can only see this if you're watching the YouTube stream, but you know who else will do that? This guy.
Yeah,
this guy right here.
We are streaming on YouTube now as well, the radio show. So yeah, if you're, I don't recommend you pull it up while you're driving around. But if you're sitting in the office or at home or whatever you're doing, if you're at home with Baker Mayfield, you can pull up the YouTube stream now, see the radio show as well. YouTube.com/thesportsocracy. Hit that subscribe button, and you can also, of course, join us every weekday morning at 10 a.m., and on Sundays at 11 a.m. when we get set for the fantasy football day. But no, that was the main takeaway that I had from last night of the Cleveland Browns. They just need to shut down Baker Mayfield. Shut him down, get the surgery, move on to next year. Because you got Baker for one more year. You've already picked up the option on him. So, what is he going to prove, basically? What is he going to prove to you in the next 11 weeks of the season? Nothing. Especially with his limited mobility that he's going to have because of this torn labrum issue. Why would you not just shut him down?
I think that's what they're doing. They're unofficial. Because did you notice that right before that game, it comes out that, there's a tear along with the fracture.
I did.
And all of these. You know what that is? That's the Cleveland Browns going, he ain't coming back. We've seen all we need to see. Now we have to convince the fan base.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the hard things about being a team that hasn't been good. You go a long period of time without being good, your fan base just clamors for, please, God, give me anything.
Mm-hmm.
Give me anything to cheer for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what Baker did with Cleveland. What they don't realize is that it wasn't Baker. It was everything around Baker. You put all the right pieces in the front office. You hired the right coach. And now you've got all of these things. They have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. I mean, last night, they had some no-name playing right tackle whose name I can't even remember.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was Blake Hintz, but I could be wrong. And it didn't matter. Dearness Johnson runs for 100 and some odd yards behind that. That tells you everything you need to know. These ancillary pieces are what makes this team so good.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really matter who the quarterback is.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's not some train wreck in the Geno Smith realm,
right?
They're fine.
Yep.
If you had a great quarterback, then you're a Super Bowl contender.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't.
Yep. I'm glad to hear my words coming out of your mouth, because this is all I've been saying about the Browns all season, is that I get Baker Mayfield sucks. I get Baker Mayfield's not a good quarterback. I don't like Baker Mayfield, maybe not as much as you do, but it's close.
I dislike Baker a great deal.
But it's the team. It's the team, and it's the coaching, and they don't need the stars. Now, granted, they're not going to beat the upper echelon of the league and the Kansas City Chiefs and the Ravens and teams like that playing like this. But it shows you that they can go out against bad teams and run-of-the-mill teams in the NFL, and they can still win games with their ancillary pieces.
And you know what that in a dollar will get you? A
What?
Coke.
It gets you a win.
It'll get you a Coke. Because right now the Cleveland Browns are a 9-8 franchise. And you know what I would rather be than a 9-8 franchise?
Bad.
A 2-15 franchise. Because at least there's hope.
Mm-hmm.
At least you could wind up with the guy. Where you're at right now, I've said this for as long as I can remember. NFL purgatory is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't believe me, look at the Indianapolis Colts. Because they've lived in it for practically my entire life. Outside of the Peyton Manning years.
I was going to say, yeah.
Peyton Manning, go back before that.
Mm-hmm.
They were in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
That one player is the only thing that ever changed that franchise. They've been cataclysmically bad 3 or 4 times. They've been incredibly average 20 of the 34 years of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had the Peyton years where they were a contender every single year.
But to get that guy, you had to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
You had to be the worst, which is where the Detroit Lions find themselves right now. And the more and more I watch the Detroit Lions and see them lose game after game, and we say all the nice things about them, how hard they play, how much we love their coach, and how they're playing for their coach, and he's the perfect guy for it, and the front office is great, and they're going to build. Part of me starts to believe, you know what, maybe this is. Maybe I was right all along. Maybe this is going to be Sam Howell number 1 to the Detroit Lions next year. I get they still have Jared Goff, but I think this year has proven that Jared Goff is not the answer. And they could find a way to get rid of him. They could find somebody else that will take on that contract, and they can get their quarterback next year. Am I projecting too much?
No. You're not.
I think my my prognostication from 3 years ago can still come true. Sam Howell will be the number 1 pick in the draft, and he'll go to the Detroit Lions. Because as you've said, Jeremy, there's just not another quarterback in this class.
There's not.
That can translate to the NFL.
There's not.
I mean, Matt Corral will get drafted high.
Mm-hmm.
Malik Willis will probably get drafted high-ish.
If you want to see me go absolutely cataclysmic on draft night, root for Malik Willis to go in the top 20.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
because I will come unhinged.
I think that's almost a given at this point.
I actually think my head might come off my body. That, or I'm going to yell myself into a headache.
Mm-hmm.
Much like Brian Haynes did on our draft cast last year.
Right.
With Kadarius Toney.
Right. I don't know. Just thinking more about this last night, I can't get away from Sam Howell being the quarterback for the Detroit Lions. And now, for some reason, I have Matt Corral going to the Houston Texans.
That would be a very Houston Texan-y thing to have happen.
Mm-hmm.
We will be doing draft content next week. I've been asked repeatedly for mock drafts and position rankings.
Already?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. It's never, for me,
it's never
too early to mock draft. It's much like drinking on a Saturday. It's never too early.
Right.
I mean, unless it is.
Which is?
If the sun's not up.
Oh, okay. So like
and that's
5
really
a.m.
That's really just a continuation from the night before. So.
Right. That's not starting a new day. That's still drinking from last night, which is acceptable in my book.
One of my favorite lines, learned it in college. Hard to drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
Yeah. On a Saturday, it's not too early to start drinking if it's been less than 2 hours since your last one.
That was very convoluted.
Yeah. So if it's 8 a.m., it's not too early because I just had my last one was at 6. You don't agree?
You're overthinking this. Just play it by ear.
Just play it by ear. Do what feels right. Do what feels right.
That's how I live my life.
Yeah. What's the worst pick that I made today?
Oh, it's the Atlanta Falcons.
It's the Atlanta Falcons.
No,
that's wrong.
No, it's not. The New York Jets are the worst.
The New York Jets. Thank you. The New York Jets are the worst.
Yeah. I swear to you, I don't think anybody not related to the ownership of the New York Jets should be picking them to win this game.
I'm not picking them to win. Picking them to keep it close.
You're picking them to cover, which to me is a win. I don't care if you win or lose. I only care if you cover the spread.
Right.
No, the wins and the losses, they just really don't matter to me.
I just got faith. I got faith in your team.
You shouldn't. You know what that's spoken like? Not a Jets fan.
Yeah.
Every Jets fan in the world went, yeah, that'll pass. Give it time. That'll pass.
That'll pass.
Yeah, I used to have that too. It was fun being 9.
Mm-hmm.
All naive to the world, not knowing how things worked. Then Neil O'Donnell came into my life. It all came tumbling after.
We have been at odds about this Atlanta-Miami thing, and I just can't see it from your point of view.
That's because you're not a gambler.
I don't see how
every gambler heard you do that and went, "Oh yeah, that's." And I said this when we did the game preview of this.
Right.
There's a term in gambling. It's called simp money.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at how things are broken down, and a lot of times if there's a lot of that on one side, the sharps can come in and just hammer the books.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm seeing because there's a lot of money in Atlanta.
There should be.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. You never take bad teams with points on the road. You take points with teams on the road. You do not give them.
Mm-hmm.
Weird things happen on the road.
This is true. Weird things do happen on the road. I don't know. I don't see the comeuppance coming for the Miami Dolphins. To me, it looks like on the outside, it just looks like things are so fractured.
And that's
I would not be surprised to see this team just completely lay down.
I'm going to disagree with you because this is not just a coaching problem. This is there's been a lot of media speculation with the Deshaun Watson thing, Xavier Howard trade rumors. There's been a lot flying around this team.
Right.
And when you get that, it's one thing when the coach is doing it. And I feel like that's a lot of what's happening with the New York Giants. A lot of people are blaming Joe Judge. You're the reason this is happening. Now, the funny thing is, I believe that in Miami. I don't believe it in New York. But I feel like that's the narrative in New York.
Mm-hmm.
In New York, it's a sum of, we had all these draft picks and we drafted so poorly. No, you haven't. You're just playing a lot of young guys at one time.
And your team's killed by injury.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm looking at Brian Flores going, you're not a very good coach. I said that in the offseason. This is not new information to me.
So how does that not ring hollow when he comes in and tries to give you the old rah-rah?
Because it's not him. It's you on the practice field. It's Tua Tagovailoa going, look how many media outlets and how many teams are seeing me as a net negative.
Mm-hmm.
I was the 5th pick in the draft 2 years ago. And now teams don't even see me as an asset because I've been so bad in Miami. And yes, I did little bunny ears if you're not watching on the YouTube stream over the bad, because I think it's so funny to me to watch the tides of hate on players.
Mm-hmm.
And it's comically funny. And there are several players in the NFL that this applies to. Tua Tagovailoa is, I'll call him the spokesperson of this. There's a lot of players that fit into this criteria in the NFL. We'll talk about who they are after this commercial break.
You're in the Sports Tank with Jeremy Greene here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Front marching our way for the late week forecast with some cooler numbers coming in top of the weekend. It's been a beautiful day today with above average numbers. We're at 51 degrees for tonight. A couple of sprinkles on weather radar showing up across Tennessee at the state line coming in from the west tonight. This is ahead of a front working in. It comes in tomorrow, partly cloudy northwest winds, high 63, low 44 tomorrow night. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Very slow 240 westbound between Charlotte Street and Montford Avenue. Future 26 eastbound delays between Riverside Drive and 240. Accident reported here. 26 eastbound is slow between Brevard Road and Airport Road. And 26 on the westbound side, heavy volume between Chimney Rock Road and Brevard Road. An accident reported just north of Chimney Rock Road. 40 westbound, slow between Porter's Cove Road and 240 Charlotte Highway. 40 westbound delays between George's Branch Road and Newfound Road. An accident reported near Newfound Road. Brevard Road northbound from Ledbetter Road up to the Blue Ridge Parkway. Heavy delays. Brevard Road on the southbound side. Heavy delays between the Blue Ridge Parkway and Long Shoals Road. Hendersonville Road northbound and southbound slow between Long Shoals Road and Mills Gap Road. Hendersonville Road southbound slow between the Blue Ridge Parkway and Overlook Road. Sweeten Creek Road north and southbound approaching Mills Gap Road. Delays. I'm Lyndon Field with your time saver traffic.
This report is sponsored by Range Urgent Care.
Range Urgent Care is now hiring paramedics, medical assistants, and hospitality coordinators to join their growing team. Range Urgent Care offers a great work environment, competitive wages, and full benefits including health insurance, 401k matching, and paid time off. Learn more at rangeurgentcare.com/careers and apply today.
Pernicious, adjective, having a harmful effect, especially in a gradual or subtle way. Now, Wicked Weed's flagship IPA, winner of a silver medal at the U.S. Open Beer Championships, isn't harmful unless you're a competing IPA. Brewed in the mountains of western North Carolina, Pernicious IPA will destroy your expectations for all others in its class. Pernicious IPA inspires you to enjoy fresh and often. Order up at wickedweedbrewing.com. Wicked Weed, the official craft beer of East Tennessee State University Athletics. Drink different, drink responsibly.
Get your home insanely clean for fall. Zero Res cleans like no other. No harsh chemicals, no sticky, soapy residue left behind. Now, get 3 rooms of carpet clean for $129. Plus, mention ESPN Asheville and get a hallway clean for free. Schedule online at ZeroResAsheville.com.
You're ready to get out and get moving. And whether it's surfing, playing tennis, or hiking every path you can find, you're going to need some essential new gear. Essentials that are even more rewarding with the Bank of America customized cash rewards credit card. You can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. The essentials have never felt more rewarding. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
What has fluffy brioche buns, crunchy pickles, tasty mayo, a crispy fried chicken fillet, and the perfect amount of spice? Any guesses? Bingo! Bingo! The spicy Kentucky Fried Chicken Sandwich. Go on and get yourself a bite of the only spicy chicken sandwich that's finger-licking good. So, what are you waiting for? Order the spicy KFC sandwich on the KFC app today for just $3.99. At participating locations only. Prices may vary. Tax extra.
This week on the Buncombe County Game of the Week, it's the neighborhood rivalry AC Reynolds at TC Robertson. The Rockets are looking for 3 wins in a row. The Rams are looking to bounce back after 2 tough losses on the road last week. Sports Tank Friday gets us going at 6 o'clock. Bojangles' Countdown to Kickoff show is at 6:30. On ESPN 1400, Tuscola hits the road, taking on Smoky Mountain over in Silva. Mountaineer pregame show starts at 7. The best high school football coverage is on News Radio 570, WWNC, and ESPN Asheville.
You're in the Sports Tank.
Why are you smiling? Because I love football.
It's ESPN Asheville. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene, and so this whole swing of emotions over players, you say, is too volatile, Jeremy?
Well, I feel like Tua Tagovailoa is he's the newest member of this. Because anybody who's listened to the show for more than an hour, you know I'm not a huge Tua supporter.
No, you're not.
But there's this narrative now that he's Davis Mills bad.
Justin Fields bad.
He's not. He's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not a good NFL quarterback, but he's not that bad. I feel like Carson Wentz went through this.
Yep.
Where the public narrative gets to such a point because the expectations are so excised. Right now, if you had to pick a quarterback, would you take Tua Tagovailoa or Baker Mayfield?
I think I'd take Tua.
It's Tua, and it's not even close to me, sheer talent-wise.
Mm-hmm.
But the narrative gets to such a point that you never recover from it. And you wind up having to have a change of scenery.
Right.
And that's kind of where I feel like he's at now. Miami's turned on him.
Mm-hmm.
He is not the quarterback that they thought he was going to be. Now you have a quarterback out there in Deshaun Watson who has 22 sexual assault claims against him. Go to Dolphins Twitter. I got news for you. That narrative has changed aggressively in 6 weeks. Before this season, it was, oh, no, don't do that. Now, nobody seems to care.
No.
I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's what's out there.
No, it's fan nature. It's the nature of fans to look at their team and see them lose over and over and over again, and pretty soon any moral or ethical bugaboos you have go right out the window when it's he can help us win games? Absolutely. Sign me up to do it.
Again, not saying that's right, just saying it's been unbelievable for me since that report came out that the Dolphins and Texans were talking again,
mm-hmm.
how different that sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's one reason for that. Because Tua's been bad, in their opinion, and they're 1-5.
Right. Well, it's not just that he has been bad, with the air quotes. It's that he's already had injury issues. He's been in and out of the lineup, and they're seeing the writing on the wall. They're seeing the writing on the wall of, we believed in this guy, and then we listened to guys like Jeremy Greene who said, no, this is not good. He's got all these injury issues. He's not as good as you think he is. He's, going to have to have a great coach to be able to translate to the NFL game and start picking these things up. And then they go, okay, now we're seeing it. Now we're seeing it in real time, and it's been 6 weeks. It's been 6 weeks of the season, and they're ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater. So I understand what you're saying,
well,
and I fully see the swing that you're talking about here. Because before the season, everybody was saying, "Oh, this is the year. Tua's going to, have the second-year leap, and he's going to be our franchise quarterback." What was it I said to you last week? There was a guy on one of the Facebook Miami Dolphins fan pages talking about how he's the greatest quarterback in franchise history. There are still people out there that back him. There are still people out there that believe in him, but for the most part, what we've seen so far is not there. I'd put Sam Darnold in this same category. We believed in the talent when he was coming into the draft. Then he goes to the Jets. He's not good with the Jets. He had coaching issues, we know, but he came into the Carolina Panthers, played for 3 weeks, and everybody started to believe, and everybody started going, oh, well, maybe he is the quarterback of the future. And what has happened over the last 3 weeks? They've lost 3 games in a row, and now Sam Darnold's the worst quarterback in the NFL again. And
it's so funny to me that I'm very opinionated. I know. Spicy. It's so funny to me that guys that I rail on, and it usually happens in the draft process, guys that I rail on that everybody loves, then they come into the league and they're not particularly good. And then the public narrative switches. And invariably, I end up on the other side. Lamar Jackson is the poster child of this. I always said it would have to be a very specific offense catered to him, which is exactly what they have now. Well, the hate on him after he lost a few playoff games got so egregious that I eventually became a Lamar Jackson supporter. And it's just this circle. It's the circle of fandom. And it's what I can't speak for Tank on this, but for me, it's one of the funniest parts of doing this. Doing this for a living is so comical because I watch people, the same people. I see the names when people put things either on Twitter or YouTube streams or whatever the case may be. I watch them come full circle.
Mm-hmm.
They start with, "Oh, you're so stupid," because I don't like the guy. Then their hate develops, and then I defend them, and I'm so stupid again. It's just funny. Ben Roethlisberger. If you listen to fans right now, Ben Roethlisberger is 207 years old.
Yep.
He's not. He's the same guy he was last year. It's the same player.
Mm-hmm.
Difference is the schedule's a little bit tougher, and the offensive line's not as good, and Juju got hurt, and the back half of the secondary is not as good. There's no difference in him. The stats are borderline mirror images of each other.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the result is what dictates the narrative. If you win, you're a winner.
Yep.
If you lose, you're a loser.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just it gets more funny for me as time goes on.
Yeah, then there's no in between.
Nope.
There's no in between. There's no people can't look at Sam Darnold and go, well, he lost the best running back in the game and he's got nobody blocking for him. Do you think that makes his throws a little bit more erratic? Do you think that makes things a little bit harder on the wide receivers that keep dropping the balls? That's the other thing. He ain't getting much support from his wide receivers either.
No.
So, yeah, roll back on that Sam Darnold hate just a little bit.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
I told you I was going to squeeze baseball in here somehow. Did you know that this morning at 10 a.m., the Boston Red Sox started selling World Series tickets? And I know this is not a thing out of the ordinary. When you get this close to the playoffs, they got to do something. They got to start selling the tickets. They got to start getting the seats filled. And today was the day that as the Boston Red Sox go on the road to play in Game 6 of the American League Championship Series down in Houston, they started selling World Series tickets at Fenway Park today. And it looks great. It looks so great seeing your team sell World Series tickets. And then you think, where we have been and where we are currently sitting is not a place that I want to be in. However, I will give this hope to all Red Sox fans. We've been here before. We've been here before many, many times. My favorite geek website, 538.com, did a breakdown of the most drastic turnarounds in Major League Baseball postseason series history. The Red Sox are 5 of the top 10 most drastic turnarounds in series history. Unfortunately, this is one of the ones where it's not going our way, but through 2 games before things flipped and before Patrick Holt said that we were going to go to the World Series, the Red Sox were...
I love how you keep throwing that on him in spite of the fact that you're the one that did it.
Patrick's fault. Love you, Patrick, but it's your fault. The Red Sox were plus 13 for 2 games. Now they are minus 15 over the last 2 games. It's a turnaround of 28 runs. And it's the second highest turnaround in Major League Baseball postseason history. The number 1 spot, the 1999 Red Sox Indians ALDS. They had a 33-run turnaround between in a 4-game span. The first 2 games as opposed to the second 2 games. So just hold off. We've been here before. And some of these we have won. Of course, the ALCS with the Yankees and the Red Sox are on here. The ALCS with the Red Sox and the Indians is on here. We won those series and went on to the World Series. So let's have faith. 8:08 tonight. First pitch. We got Nathan Eovaldi on the mound. Feeling pretty good.
You were so dedicated to getting baseball into this show that you put it in the weird news segment.
I did.
That's aggressive. I will get this ship back on course. What do I always love to say in this segment?
Don't do crimes.
Birds aren't real.
Oh, I missed it.
There is a town in North Carolina that has been afflicted with the birds. It's Bunn, North Carolina. I have absolutely no idea where that is.
But it's out east somewhere, I think.
I don't know. They have been afflicted with buzzards. They have an unbelievable number of buzzards. Allie Leggett said she counted 58 buzzards in her yard, on the roof, along the fence, and atop the garage at different points. She said the unwelcome visitors would perch on her chimney and peck at the bricks, pulling them down. These are apparently really destructive birds. Here's something I didn't know. What can you do about them? The common buzzard is actually a black or turkey vulture. That's what those are really called.
Okay.
There's no such thing as a buzzard. That's a term that we all use for them.
Okay.
According to the state of North Carolina, it's illegal to kill them, hurt them, or harass them in any way. In any way.
No.
So now these gigantic, destructive birds have just nestled on this town, and you just have to sit there and look at them and go, well, that's going to be expensive to fix. Just another confirmation in hashtag birds aren't real.
Jeez.
Government surveillance drones at their finest.
And you can't hunt them.
Nope. Apparently they tried to, they were making stuffed vultures and throwing them up on buildings to try to get them to go away. Wasn't fooling them. They were eating them.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. First of all, they're not crows. They're not going to fall for this like a scarecrow. They look for dead things.
You never know. Maybe. If you put some robot birds up there like you say exist.
100% drones. Send them. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
Chase
get
them
Corey
away.
Short. We'll get the drone. He's got the turkey vulture size drone.
Oh, yeah.
And we will eradicate.
Oh, yeah. You get one of those drones and you put like one of those light up Halloween masks on it and fly it right at the birds. You know, you don't hit the birds with it. You just fly it towards them, scare them, spook them off, let them go. Or you just get a whole bunch of your. Never mind. I was gonna encourage crimes, and we shouldn't encourage crimes. Don't encourage crimes.
And as I'm saying this, I feel like a large flock of crows just descended upon Radio Ranch and is now staring at me through the window.
The starlings, they never leave the field. The starlings.
The Mark starlings?
No. The murmuration of starlings that lives out in the field.
Okay, I might be about to show my ignorance to something, but what is a starling? Is that a bird?
It's a tiny bird.
Oh.
So the birds, when we go outside, and then you hear
birds.
and the giant swarm comes up out of the field. Those are starlings.
Oh, you mean that sound that makes me slightly urinate down my leg?
Yes, he does. It's quite hilarious.
The time you had to walk me out of the studio because I got dive bombed by a bird outside.
Right.
Oh, they know. They know who's in here speaking the truth about them. That's why they hang out in this field.
I know. That's what I was getting ready to say. They hang around because they hear you.
They know. They know I'm in here speaking the truth.
They do.
Hashtag birds aren't real.
Stop that.
It's a movement. Telling you.
It's a movement that. Never mind.
It's a movement. We're here. We know. We know what is happening. They can fly. We can't. I'm out.
So we were talking about Tua Tagovailoa. Brian Flores today had comments where he said Tua's our quarterback.
Well, that's the uncomfortable thing of Miami is that now you have put this. Now it's a no-win situation.
Oh yeah, and you're going to be asked about it over and over and over again.
That's why I laugh so much at how certain NFL teams handle the media.
Because everybody knows it's true. Everybody knows that Chris Grier has had these discussions.
Of course he has. That's the one thing that can keep him employed.
Bingo. He's going to lose his job if this goes poorly with Tua Tagovailoa. You screw up the top 5 pick on a quarterback, you're done. Dudes in the NFL lose their jobs for that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Grier knows that he has to pull off some kind of a move here. And sure, he's had the discussions. Now, are they close to a deal? Is he ready to mortgage the future, so to speak, to get Deshaun Watson? I would argue he should. But we don't know that for a fact. We don't know that he's right there ready to pull the trigger on this deal, but we know the discussions are happening.
I had something said to me this morning that made a lot of sense. If he could, do you not think he wouldn't have already done it? I don't necessarily know that this is in his hands.
It goes higher than him.
Oh, it goes to Stephen Ross.
Right.
It's a question of, does Stephen Ross want to deal with the backlash that you're invariably going to get?
Exactly.
And is he going to entrust that decision to somebody who's got 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot on a banana peel in terms of NFL imagery?
But this is what every franchise is going through right now. Every franchise that wants to be in on the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes, they're doing this.
Well, we saw one of them last night.
The Denver Broncos.
By the way, I never adamantly root for anyone to lose their job.
Mm-hmm.
But man, Vic Fangio is bad. Holy good. It drives me a level of crazy that I can't begin to explain to you.
Mm-hmm.
When I see somebody get a job because they're a defensive guru or an offensive guru, and then you're horrid at that.
Mm-hmm.
The Denver Broncos with Vic Fangio, the Chicago Bears with Matt Nagy,
the Minnesota Vikings,
the Dolphins with Brian Flores, the Minnesota Vikings with Mike Zimmer. If you get hired solely because you are phenomenal at one side of the ball, as a head coach, you should probably be at least, serviceable at it.
Mm-hmm.
And none of those teams are. Mike Zimmer, the reason I was going to leave out Minnesota is because at least they're getting pressure.
True.
At least they have hope. I feel like the Chicago Bears have no hope.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I'm just harder on the Bears than I am on other teams, but I feel like they're going into Tampa Bay this week like a pig being led to slaughter. Yes. I see no shot that this doesn't just go blowout.
I agree. I will be shocked if they score.
And last night, I'll be really honest with you, about halfway through that game, I'm just looking at this going, I don't buy anything I've seen from Cleveland, but you know what I walked away from last night doing? Denver is terrible defensively with good players. I understand you're on your 6th linebacker, but it says a lot. Justin Sternad's a kid from Wake Forest that I liked a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice he was just miserably bad last night?
I did not notice that.
I watched a lot of him.
Yeah.
The Case Keenum first down fumble touchdown thing.
Yeah.
Justin Sternad was the first one he ran over.
Okay.
And you just watch that and go, how do these players go to these bad coaches and they just atrophy?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you forget to tackle? I watched hours of tape on Justin Sternad. I don't think I ever saw him do that one time. And I get that the college game is different than the pro game. You know what's not different? Case Keenum is not more athletic than any quarterback he has ever seen.
Right. Is he any more athletic than... I don't know. I was trying to think of a dual-threat quarterback that Sternad would have faced.
Sam Howell would be one of them. He's only been in the league 2 years.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But he didn't. But Sam really didn't run that much in the first year.
No.
Definitely not like he's doing.
And
now.
I will say this: Case Keenum's athleticism is the Sasquatch of the NFL.
Right.
It may be talked about, but it has never been actually seen.
Yeah, it's never been seen. It was good to see, though, that Von Miller did not have a serious injury after last night, because his reaction when he went down on the field.
Oh, well, and it looked terrible.
Oh, yeah. It made you think, man, this is going to be another lost season for one of the greats. And it wasn't. They're expecting now he may not miss any time. Might miss a week with a slight turn of the ankle. But thankfully, it was not a serious injury.
Yeah, the Denver Broncos. There's another team that's been in NFL purgatory since John Elway retired, minus 2 years with Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton Manning has taken a lot of it took more than one team out of that purgatory. And then threw them right back in it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what great quarterbacks do. And when they leave, there you go. Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait and see what he's about to do to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, yeah, you won't be in purgatory.
No, we'll be right back in the discussions for whatever hot, senior or junior quarterback's going to be in the class of 2025.
By the way, I did go back and look. That may be the next superstar quarterback. He's still in high school.
He's the only one you know about. I mean, I know you know more guys than we do.
If they're in college, I know who they are.
Right. But I'm saying there's going to be another wave coming through. We do this all the time.
Not like this. This is the biggest dead period.
You don't think we've never had a gap of 3 years where there wasn't a good quarterback come out of one of those classes?
I can tell you it hasn't happened in my life.
Okay.
I mean, there would be bad years.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen it where I'm sitting here. I mean, I'm looking at it going, I don't know who it's going to be. I mean, it's going to have to be somebody that markedly improves.
Mm-hmm. Arch Manning, star of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That just sounds great to me.
Yeah, I didn't love it.
I
didn't love it.
You thinking about me taking victory laps again?
Yeah, that's ultimately how I have to hear. Fire those cannons, by golly, and putting more powder in those things for 5 more years.
Oh, which that will definitely take place. Gene Deckerhoff may not be around that much longer doing play-by-play games, but that will forever live on our button bars here in the Sports Tank with Jeremy Greene. What?
I don't know. I just I knowing what's coming.
Oh, I thought you hit the button and I was waiting for it to fire.
No.
Oh, come on.
No, knowing the changes that are coming next week, hearing you say that, I was like, memories like the color of my mind.
Yeah.
You'll see what we're talking about next week.
That's right.
There are a lot of new things coming and new friends that you will be meeting and all kinds of things.
Yep. As the new technology and as this baby grows, it's going to get a little different. It's going to have the same kind of feel right here on ESPN Asheville, and it's just another sign that things are changing, and we appreciate all of the support that we've gotten for what we do here. Because it's, without the support of you guys, we wouldn't have businesses that are interested in supporting what we do, and we wouldn't be able to grow. So now streaming everywhere on YouTube.com/thesportsocracy. You can see the afternoon show as well as all of the other YouTube stuff that we have done. We do weekly game-by-game recaps and previews for all of the games in the NFL. We are going to be adding more and more things as well as we overwork ourselves here in the Ingalls Wicked Weed studio. Live every weekday morning at 10 a.m. For the daily show. We got the 3 p.m. radio / now streamed on YouTube show. Sundays at 11 o'clock, we get you ready for the Fantasy Football Day, answering your fantasy football questions, giving you the best bets of the day as well. And who knows, Jeremy's probably going to have you've been batting around this idea of a Saturday show for a long time.
I tried to get my wife on board with that. She doesn't want to be on camera, which is just comical to me. Because literally, if you had to gauge which one of us should be on camera between me, you, and her, it's her by a lot.
It's definitely not us.
No.
You're in the Sports Tank with Jeremy Greene here on ESPN Asheville. I think it's about time.
Oh.
It's about time for all of the winners. He's got another Green on Green coming up with all of the underdogs as well as the, was it a 10-way? 12-way?
12-leg parlay.
Wow.
That will take your $10 risk. It is one $10 bill. All you have to risk. And we can all have a Merry Christmas if I'm right. I haven't hit one all year, but I've been close. So close. Just got to hit one.
Just got
a great year to be had.
Just got to hit one to make it count, and we'll give it to you coming up next right here on ESPN Asheville.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Delays 240 westbound between Charlotte Street and Montford Avenue. Future 26 eastbound slow between Riverside Drive and 240. 26 eastbound slow between I-40 and the French Broad River. 26 westbound stop and go approaching Hendersonville Road and continuing to Brevard Road. 40 westbound delays between Patton Cove Road and Porter's Cove Road. 40 westbound then slow between Hendersonville Road and Brevard Road. Finally, 40 westbound slow between the 26-240 split to Newfound Road. An accident reported near Newfound Road. Sweeten Creek Road, north and southbound, approaching Mills Gap Road. Delays. Hendersonville Road southbound slow between Biltmore Forest and Overlook Road. And Hendersonville Road northbound slow approaching Long Shoals Road. Brevard Road north and southbound delays between the Blue Ridge Parkway and Long Shoals Road. I'm Lynn Benfield with your Time Saver Traffic.
From the DuckDuckGo for Privacy Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Is finding the right candidate slowing you down? Cut straight to you're hired with Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in the same place. To find your next great hire, visit Indeed.com/credit.
There's a hot new podcast we think you'll like. Variety's Strictly Business. Hear candid conversations about business deals, strategy, and the future of media and entertainment from industry A-listers. Hosted by Variety business editor Cynthia Littleton and co-editor-in-chief Andrew Wallenstein. And once a month, executive editor of music Shirley Halperin will join the conversation to discuss the business of music. Listen to Strictly Business on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.
Radio advertising can connect your business with holiday shoppers wherever they go. Use iHeart Ad Builder to create an affordable custom radio ad right on your phone. Just click, listen, approve, then hear it on the radio. Create your customized ad today at iHeartAdBuilder.com.
Meanwhile, at the home of SiriusXM, Kevin Hart learned you don't need a car to listen to SiriusXM.
What?
You don't need a car to enjoy SiriusXM.
What?
BB Rexa, help me out.
You know you can stream outside of the car, right?
What?
Wait, what are we even whatting about?
I gotta go record my show.
Well, we tried. Everything you want to hear lives here on SiriusXM. No car required. Listen on the app.
What?
Range Urgent Care is now hiring paramedics, medical assistants, and hospitality coordinators to join their growing team. Range Urgent Care offers a great work environment, competitive wages, and full benefits including health insurance, 401k matching, and paid time off. Learn more at rangeurgentcare.com/careers and apply today.
Cheerwine is Southern cherry goodness. Try an ice cold Cheerwine today.
Hear that? That's the sound of a man guarding his home around the clock. Because he has 24/7 professional monitoring from SimpliSafe Home Security. With 24/7 professional monitoring, SimpliSafe keeps watch night and day. If there's trouble, SimpliSafe alerts him and will dispatch emergency help when needed. Protect your home and your sleep. Take 30% off a new system at SimpliSafe.com today.
I'm Serena Williams. You watch me live on TV.
And I'm that voice from movies you watch on demand. DirecTV Stream brought us together to save the world.
Maybe not save the world, but DirecTV Stream does bring your live and on-demand favorites together.
Your favorites together.
I just said that.
She just said that.
Introducing DirecTV Stream, the best of live TV and on-demand with no annual contract. Get your TV together at DirecTV.com.
Requires high-speed internet and compatible device. Content varies by package and location. Restrictions apply.
Real estate isn't about properties, it's about people. I'm Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your native realtor serving all of Western North Carolina. I will work hard for you, and I believe in doing the right thing every time. I market each of my listings to reach out-of-town buyers. I use a professional photographer and drone video on every single listing, as well as collaborate with agents across the country to find your buyer. Check me out online at clarissasellswnc.com or give me a call at 828-774-6343. It would be my pleasure to assist you through the real estate process.
Coffee store closes on.
Get them the money. Then when you get the money, you get the power.
That watch costs more than your car.
Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
It's my favorite time of the week. It's that time that I give you all of the
Underdog, 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 underdog.
Speed of light lightning roareth under my first one. The Central Florida Golden Knights are a 2-point dog at home tonight against Memphis, and that's stupid. This is the game I changed my mind on. I dug deeper, and this line is bad. Central Florida should be the favorite. You're catching 2 points. This is free money. Take the Knights. Boston College is a 5.5-point dog at Louisville. Louisville's not that good. Boston College is good, and getting 5.5 points. Boston College is the better team. Take the Eagles. Clemson's catching 3.5 at Pittsburgh, and that's stupid. I understand Kenny Pickett's a good quarterback. Clemson's defense is better than anything Pittsburgh has seen. This is still a team that lost to Western Michigan. Think about what I just said. Take Clemson plus the 3.5. Maryland is catching 5 at Minnesota. Minnesota, I understand you beat Nebraska last week. Nebraska's not good at football. Maryland is good. I understand they got slaughtered by Ohio State. That's Ohio State. This is Minnesota. There's a big difference. Take Maryland. Army is a 3-point dog at home in West Point against Wake Forest. They will win this game. There's no analysis other than they are so disciplined. They are so good, and they are so at home. Give me Army plus 3. Oregon's a 1.5-point dog at UCLA. I don't need to say anything else. That's dumb. Oregon's the better team. I don't care that there's no C.J. Verdell. Quack, quack, go Ducks. You know I have to do it. They're my favorite. They keep burning me, but a half-point dog at TCU. They're the better team. They're my team, and I love them. Give me the Mountaineers. And finally, San Diego State is a 3-point dog at Air Force. I cannot figure out this line for the life of me. I have stared at this all week long. The over-under has gone down to 39. There may not be 10 points scored by the winner of this game, and I'm catching 3 with the best team. Give me the Aztecs plus the 3. I'll take them in the money line.
Woo! And you can lock in your picks as well at betus.com. BetUS.com. Use the promo code Sportsocracy, and they will give you a deposit bonus of 125% just for using the promo code Sportsocracy.
And if you love parlays, I have 2 of them. Go to betus.com. These are both $10 parlays. The first one, Utah State, Boston College, Clemson, Maryland, Army, and West Virginia in the money line. If you take all 6 of them, this is a 6-way parlay. Your $10 risk turns into almost $2,500. Just 6-leg parlay, and I like them all to win outright. And then, if you're looking at the YouTube stream, you can see them all.
Holy smokes.
It is Mullet's College Football Parlay of the Week. It's a 12-leg parlay that will take your $10 risk and turn it into over $10,000. I have UCF plus the 2, Virginia in the money line, Boston College, Clemson, NC State, BYU minus the 4. Not in the money line. That's important because I think they're the one that I'm very confident is going to cover the number. There are not a lot of teams that I'm super confident are going to cover the number, but I feel very sure they're going to win. Then moneyline plays Texas Tech, Iowa State, Ole Miss, San Diego State, Notre Dame, and Fresno State. If that 12-leg parlay hits, it takes your $10 risk and turns it into $10,000. Woo!
And it will be a very Merry Christmas. BetUs.com. Use the promo code Sportsocracy.
You only got to hit one. You ain't got to be right much. You ain't got to be right much. It's like hole-in-ones on a golf course. You do it once, you set forever.
It's very true. Whew. All right, so the 12-way parlay, the 6-way parlay, the underdog picks, all of it right
And all
here.
of these will be on the Facebook page after this show, along with our picks with Chief Zach, along with our game previews, all of the things to get you ready for college football. It's going to be cold tonight. You can just stay in with us in the Sportsocracy. Get all of your information, all the ways to make your money, and go to betus.com. Use promo code Sportsocracy. Take your free doubloons, turn them into real doubloons, and thank us later.
Yep. Again, that deposit bonus of 125% is waiting on you at betus.com. Promo code Sportsocracy. We will be with you again here we'll be here with you on the radio side on Monday. We will be with you back on the YouTube stream which you can find at youtube.com/thesportsocracy.
Or at thesportsocracy.com.
Yeah, sportsocracy.com as well. Thesportsocracy.com. 11 o'clock Friday, Sunday morning. 11 o'clock Sunday morning as we get you ready for the football day with all of the picks and, of course, all of your fantasy questions answered. It's been a fun week. We will see you next week when, yes, things will sound a little bit different.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Front marching our way for the late week forecast with some cooler numbers coming in top of the weekend. It's been a beautiful day today with above average numbers. We're at 51 degrees for tonight. A couple of sprinkles on weather radar showing up across Tennessee at the state line coming in from the west tonight. This is ahead of a front working in. It comes in tomorrow, partly cloudy northwest winds, high 63, low 44 tomorrow night. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The Cantina Crispy Melt Taco from Taco Bell has a premium shell made from white corn and a hidden layer of real mozzarella, pepper jack, and cheddar cheeses. And now you're craving one, because when you need a taco, you need a taco at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Delays 240 westbound between Charlotte Street and Montford Avenue. Future 26 eastbound slow between Riverside Drive and 240. 26 eastbound slow between I-40 and the French Broad River. 26 westbound stop and go approaching Hendersonville Road and continuing to Bavard Road. 40 westbound delays between Patton Cove Road and Porters Cove Road. 40 westbound then slow between Hendersonville Road and Bavard Road.
From the DuckDuckGo for Privacy Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The Cantina Crispy Melt Taco from Taco Bell has a premium shell made from white corn and a hidden layer of real mozzarella, pepper jack, and cheddar cheeses. And now you're craving one, because when you need a taco, you need a taco at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart Radiosville, WPEK.